From the Astrodome in Houston, it's Major League Baseball. The Chicago Cubs face the Houston Astros. Participating advertisers in tonight's game are Miller High Life. If you've got the time, they've got the beer. True Value Hardware Stores. True Value, more than just a name, it's their way of doing business. Union 76 and your neighborhood Union 76 dealers who invite you to go with the spirit of 76. Canon, so advanced, Canon is the world's leader in 35mm photography. Toyota Motor Sales and your Toyota dealers. Zenith and your Zenith dealers. At Zenith, the quality goes in before the name goes on. United Airlines. People who fly for a living choose United. This copyright telecast presented by authority of the Chicago National League Baseball Club, which has the right of approval of the announcers, intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Our national anthem. Patricia Myers, 14 years old, singing the national anthem. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the picture, description, and account of this game without the express written consent of the St. Louis National League Baseball Club, the Chicago National League Baseball Club, is prohibited. Buddy Harry Carey from the Astrodome, speaking for Lou Boudreau. Vince Lloyd and Milo Hamilton will be with us right after the All-Star break, being released from the hospital tomorrow. We're at the Astrodome, which means we don't have to worry about the weather, but I can tell you it's very hot outside. Fortunately, it's only 68 degrees here. And unfortunately, the crowd is very, very small. They're just about ready to write off the Houston Astros, with football coming to the picture here in Houston, where it's quite a football city anyway, next month. The lineups for tonight's game are as follows. For the Chicago Cubs, Sandberg. Ryan Sandberg playing third. Kennedy, Junior Kennedy at second. Bill Buckner at first. Leon Durham in right. Jay Johnstone in left. Gary Woods in center. Jody Davis, the catcher. Larry Boa, the shortstop. Alan Ripley will be the pitcher. For Houston, we'll give you their lineup in a moment, but right now we're ready to play baseball. And stepping in is Ryan Sandberg, and we're ready to go. First pitch of the ball game. Fastball in there, a beauty. Don Sutton on the hill. He has won 8, lost 4. A tremendous pitcher, and has been throughout his career. Curveball high. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh rained out. Los Angeles at Montreal, no score in the 6th. San Diego leading the Phillies 3-1 in the 3rd. The Cardinals are 0-0 at Atlanta in the 4th. smash. Nice play by Howe. Throws to first for the out. Art Howe playing third base. Throws out Sandberg on a hot smash. They got Knight moving over from third to first, and Howe, who played first the last time we saw him, is a third. Here's Junior Kennedy, got a big base hit last night. Fastball high. Don Sutton on the hill. A lot of Chicagoans pulling to the Cubs here. Slider a little bit outside. A couple of Milwaukeeans here pulling to the Cubs. Darrell and Paula Seal. Kennedy takes it high. Sutton with a good earned run average of 3.16. He has won 8 and he's lost 4. He was tremendous against the Cubs the last time he faced them, right here in the Astrodome. He walked him ball forward. The Cubs have a base runner. Here's Bill Buckner. Buckner hitting .280 with 4 homers, 44 RBI. See where Ricky Henderson stole his 79th base yesterday for Oakland. The Reds have lost their last 9 in a row, and there's super scout Ray Shore in attendance here tonight. Billy Buckner hitting only .241 against the Astros. Good fastball right in there. Houston is 12 games under 500, 15 and a half back. They've won 34, lost 46. 3 games ahead of the Reds, who are last. All the American League games starting later. The National League games underway. A little bit low. The Cubs have played against the top teams in the division the last 12 games. They've won 6, they've lost 6, and they could have done better. So that'll give you an idea about the closeness of the competition. Boy, Miss Texas is just walking down the aisle. Bill Buckner waiting. Throw to first to run it back. 1 out, 1 on, no score, first inning. Art Howe playing a wide third base. Long drive, foul into the left field corner. I guess it's about 8,500 to maybe 10,000 people here. Maybe more. Doesn't look like more. But we're not expert in guessing the dome attendance. We're not expert guessing any attendance. We're not expert, period. Throw to first, the runner back. Arnie informs me there might be 11 or 12,000 here. Now the delivery. There's a looping liner in the right field. A base hit. A runner going to hold at second. All right, Leon Durham will be coming up. Before the game, we asked him what he looks for when he faces Don Sutton.
Well, Don Sutton is a pretty good effective pitcher there, and he got the great breaking ball, and then he can shoot the fastball right by you. But the main thing I just look at to try to swing strikes at the times, and, you know, like I say, most of the time he's throwing the strikes, and I just got to be out there to be able to react to the pitches and, you know, just wish for the best.
Okay, let's hope you get a strike, Leon, and hit it out of here. Durham hitting .301 against Houston. Fastball high and outside. Durham with 11 homers, 46 RBIs, hitting .296. Buckner at first. Junior Kennedy at second. Broken bat. Line drive. It's out of first. Double play. Holy cow. He split the bat in half. Look at Durham still holding on to one piece of the bat. He's still got it in his hands, Arnie. He just handed the broken piece of bat to the bat boy. He busted his bat in half, held on to the handle. It was a double play to the second baseman, Garner, who flipped over to first. And it is no runs, one hit, no errors, one left. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Carry back at the Astrodome. There we're replaying the broken bat line drive hit by Leon Durham. He wound up with the handle of the bat in his hand. Here we go with Dickie Thon, the shortstop, leading it off. Alan Ripley's pitches a fastball high. Mark and Carla McArdle from Calumet City, Illinois are here tonight, pulling for the Cubs. Fly ball, center field should be caught, and it is by Gary Woods. There's a replay again of Leon Durham. Look what he's got left of his bat. Not much, is it? Looks like a toothpick when he's through. Terry Poole hitting .246, 7 homers, 34 RBI. Poole, the right fielder. Alan Ripley, who's won 3, lost none. The ball is bunted, foul off to the left. Michael Greenberg from Champaign, Illinois, watching the ball game here tonight. Jonas and Gladys Stutzman from Plymouth, Indiana, pulling for the Cubbies here today. The pitch. Line drive. Buckner leaps and makes a sensational catch. Holy cow. Oh, let's watch. Watch the way his leap is at its apex. Look at that. That's as high as he could jump, and he timed it perfectly. 2 up, 2 down. I'll tell you, Buckner has just played a remarkable first base all year long. Here's Ray Knight, now a first baseman, hitting .360 for the year against the Cubs. Houston as a club has only hit 36 homers. Only one team in the league that's hit fewer, and that's the Cardinals with 33. Cardinals seem to make more of their lack of home runs than Houston does. The pitch. Hop foul back, out of play. Tomorrow evening's game will start at a peculiar time indeed, so that the Cubs can get started for home, where they play Cincinnati Friday afternoon. We'll be on the air with you on Channel 9 at 5 o'clock tomorrow in the evening. Curve strike call. So remember to get up early tomorrow to see us at 5 p.m. Now the delivery, here it is. Curve high inside. Alan Ripley trying for his 4th victory without a loss. San Diego still leads with Philadelphia 3-1 in the 4th. Atlanta batting bottom of the 4th, 0-0 with St. Louis. Now the pitch on the way. Hey, struck him out and they made him look bad. Ray Knight was fooled with a change of pace curve. Nothing across at the end of 1. Nothing. Gary Carey back in the Astrodome. Jay Johnstone leading it off. No score. Top of the second. Sutton's pitch. Strike at the knee. Couple of newlyweds from Rockford, Illinois. Pete and Janet Lucas. Want to be remembered their families back home in Rockford. Curve a little bit outside. And at the Shamrock Hotel, the bartender there, Thaddeus J. Brigman, lives in Crosby, Texas, was telling us about how they've all become Cub fans because of the cable. There's a pitch foul out of play. They all get the Cubs games down here. The Mullen gang from Washington, Indiana are here. The pitch. Hey, struck him out. Johnstone goes down swinging. The Cubs against St. Louis, Pittsburgh, and Atlanta in the last three series have broken even 6-6 and really should have done better. Sutton gets ready. Here's Gary Woods, the center fielder, hitting 287. There's a drive. Left field going to be caught. Jose Cruz. That ball was well hit. It was hard to hit him out of here. 2 away. Esther and Tommy Learvig formerly lived in Chicago watching the game here tonight. Oh, we got a lot of Cub fans. There's a guy who says, can you say hello to my girlfriend, Lori Felkowski? I miss her so. Phil Coffey, 24 years old. You're in trouble, pal. There's a strike call. You miss her so, pick up the phone and call her. Only cost you about $1. Now the sign. Jody had a cut in him. Jody Davis hitting only 100 against Houston. 2 out of 20. One of those 2 hits was a homer. Altogether, he's batting .241. But this guy's going to be a tough cookie to beat. Don Sutton, he's won 8, lost 4. Fastball outside. Terry Gubbins in a group from Purdue University. The Boilermakers are represented from Lafayette, Indiana. Now the pitch, here it is. Popped it up on the infield. Who's going to get it? Here's Howe, and he makes the catch. The third baseman, Art Howe. And Jody Davis popped out. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. We go to the bottom of the second, no score.
Before you buy a new air conditioner, you should know if it's too big, it'll cool so fast, it'll shut off before taking the moisture out of the air, leaving you cool, but very wet. In fact, you could be more comfortable with an air conditioner that's actually smaller. It could remove more of the moisture more efficiently and keep you a lot more comfortable. We think that's important.
If you're going to Disneyland, Orange County, or downtown Los Angeles, we've got great news for you. Now there's a much faster way to get there and miss the mess at LAX. Jet America. Jet America is the first major airline that flies nonstop from O'Hare to convenient Long Beach Airport on luxurious new DC-9 Super 80s. Jet America, the shortcut to LA. Sorry, all you other airlines, we just beat you to it.
Now through August 31st, children under 12 traveling with an adult fly for half fare. Call now.
Sport Mart. Save on our full line of Saranac sport gloves. All sizes, all sports. Batting gloves, Sport Mart priced at $7.26. For sports, it's Sport Mart.
carry back in the ballpark. We go on the bottom of the second. Jose Cruz will be leading it off for the Astros. No score. Detroit failed to score at Chicago in the first inning. The White Sox now batting. St. Louis and Atlanta, they're 0-0 now, going into the sixth. Jose Cruz. The pitch by Ripley. Curve, a change of pace of beauty. Dave Sanchez watching out in Cupertino, California. Off speed, and it's a little bit low. A ball and a strike. Cruz. No homers, 3 RBIs against the Cubs. Smash! Base hit in the center field. Cruz around first, holding on. He ripped that ball hard past Boa. Now to bring up the second baseman, Phil Garner, whom the Cubs have had a tough time with all year. He's hitting .385 against. Ken Feltman is here with the Houston contingent of the Emil Bourbon Society. That society is made up of over 200 dedicated Cub fans, most with political or media jobs. In other words, freebies. The pitch. A little bit high inside. Tom Briscoe, attending the National College of District Attorneys. He's from Waukegan, pulling for the Cubs here. So the Cubs have a lot of support in the stands at the Astrodome. There goes a runner. Bouncing ball. Nice play by Sandberg. The only play is first base, he's out. Now there's the difference. In starting the runner, they kept away from a double play. Because with Cruz going, Sandberg knew the only thing he could do was throw to first base, which he nicely did, as you saw. Well, we mentioned Lafayette, Indiana, and the Purdue University boys. Doug, Debbie, and Kate Frank from South Bend, Indiana are here. Tony Scott hitting .245. Slow curve, a little bit low and outside. Scott, no homers, 12 RBIs. Now, Rip's pitch is a fastball at the knee. The Bestwicks are here from Rock Island, Illinois. A ball and a strike. Bouncing ball. Nice play. Throw to first for the out. Junior Kennedy went to his left. Ripley fooled him with an off-speed pitch. Scott almost got it through there. Here's Art Howe now. The third baseman hitting .217, 2 homers and 18 RBI. Chris and Diane DeLay from DeKalb, Illinois are here. They want to look at the baseball. Nick Colosi's the plate umpire. Jerry Davis, a rookie at first. Frank Pulley at second. Doug Harvey at third. The pitch to Howe. Good slider on the outside corner. You're watching Chicago Cubs baseball through WGN Channel 9 Chicago. The delivery. High fly ball, deep center, way back. It's going to be caught. Gary Woods at the warning track. Howe flies deep to Wood. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. At the end of 2, both teams have what the little boys shot at, nothing.
Toyota dealers in this area are receiving their biggest deliveries of 82 Toyotas ever. A fresh inventory of thousands of quality-built Toyota cars and trucks. It's special delivery days. Now could be your best chance to buy the Toyota you want, equipped the way you want without waiting. Special deliveries of Toyota Corollas, Celicas, Starlets, Tercels, trucks. It's a Toyota buyer's market, and your Toyota dealer wants to deal. Look for this sign at participating Toyota dealers. Let's go!
You've got a ticket on the Heartburn Express. If one Rolaids tablet can't cut the mustard, you should know about one Tums and one Rolaids tablet both neutralize the stomach acid in seconds. But when your stomach turns out 1/3 more acid, Tums can still absorb it. Rolaids can't. Not in seconds, not ever. That's why you should switch to
Can America win the 84 games? Most of the world thinks we can't, but we have an Olympic training center now in Colorado Springs, and it's giving our athletes the best training they've ever had. So come 1984, the world could be in for a little surprise. This American dream was brought to you by Miller High Life, the sponsor of the U.S. Olympic Training Center.
Harry Carey back at the Astrodome. Larry Boa leading it off, hitting .244 for the year. No homers, 20 RBIs. There you see Don Sutton. And you see Larry Boa, the way he looks facing Sutton. There's a pretty good breaking ball, but low. John Phelps, wanting to be remembered to all the home folks in Dixon, Illinois. Sutton, a bright, articulate young man. High ball two. And a good pitcher, too. Larry, Tom, and Boyle wanting to be remembered to the people on Eddy Street. Bouncing ball. First baseman. Pitcher covers the toss. He's out. From Nate to Sutton covered. One away, here's Alan Ripley. Sandy and Susie Cooper of Mount Zion, Illinois. Pam Harn of Sullivan, pulling for the cup. They're from Carroll Stream, Ralph Hetherington and group. Ripley had a swing and he missed. Rick and Debbie Lisi watching the game. Ripley swung at that like a pitcher. See, Carl Fisk led to all the vote getters in the American League. The All-Star team, beating out George Brett. Two strikes and a ball. The first three outfielders in the National League by votes are Andre Dawson and Tim Raines of Montreal, Dale Murphy of Atlanta. Here's the pitch. Low outside. Leading catcher in votes is Gary Carter, first baseman Al Oliver, second baseman Manny Trio, third baseman Mike Schmidt, shortstop Dave Concepcion. High pop foul back out of play. In the American League, Fisk is the catcher. Rod Carew at first. Bobby Grich at second. George Brett at third. Robin Yan of Milwaukee at short. Foul ball back. And the three outfielders, Reggie Jackson, Ricky Henderson of Oakland, and Fred Lynn, also of California. 4 members of the Angels were voted to the team. Two balls, 2 strikes. Foul tipped and Ripley giving them a battle. Remember 10 o'clock every Sunday night, Sports Scene. I think you'll enjoy the show. This week, Vince and Lou and Arnie and myself. Milo won't be able to make it. He'll be back at work right after the All-Star break. We'll rehash the All-Star game and also the race. A looping fly ball. The shortstop is there, and he makes the catch. Dickie Thon took care of Ripley's pop fly. Boy, oh boy, since being in trouble in the first inning, Sutton now is retired 6 in a row. See where the Yankees beat Seattle 8-7 on Bobby Mercer's home run in the 12th inning last night. The Yankees had a 7-0 lead. And Seattle got 7 runs in 1 inning. The 7th to tie it up. It's the only inning Seattle could score out of 12. And on Mercer's home run, the Yankees won. High pop foul back. Sandberg having a good cut. No score. We're in the 3rd. Curveball low and away. The Gregories from Kenosha, Wisconsin, pulling for the Cubs. And Don French and his son from La Crosse, Wisconsin are here. There's a drive, but right at the left fielder. Hey! Almost gets over his head. Jose Cruz made an over-the-shoulder, one-handed stab. That was quite a play. He misjudged it at first. The ball was really hit hard. See it on the replay? And we go into the bottom of the 3rd, 0-0.
I always thought I'd come up to Goodyear someday. Today's the day.
The Great American Tire Sale is on.
I knew I'd come back up to Goodyear. Now's the time.
The Great American Tire Sale is on.
We wanted to come up to Goodyear from the start.
And now we can.
Goodyear custom polysteel white wall radials are on sale through Saturday. $46, size P155/80R13. Save now. Come up to Goodyear.
I can't wait to start fishing.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait, Murph. We need gas. There's the station.
It's not a Union 76.
Come on, Murph. You're on vacation. Now, gas is gas.
There's one. Gas is gas. Is it Guppy or Barracuda?
That's another station.
Oh, but there's the 76 station. I'll pull in there. You see, 76 gasolines are blended to give them spirit.
Gasoline with spirit? How much spirit?
Oh, at least that much.
How much?
Fill her up with spirit.
At least that much.
The spirit of 76.
Leave It to Stever, starring Steve Dahl and Gary Meyer. Hear how good the Bad Boys can be. Afternoons on WLS FM 95.
Harry Carey back at the Astrodome. That game was merely delayed by rain in Pittsburgh. It has not been canceled. They're just starting. It'll be Tom Seaver for the Reds trying to break a 9-game losing streak for his ball club. John Candelaria, the left-hander, going for the Pirates. The Dodgers just took the lead 3-0 in Montreal. Montreal's having their own problem. Valenzuela is pitching that game for the Dodgers. And Charlie Lee from Montreal. Here now is Louis Pujols, the catcher. Right-handed batter, the pitch is high. Pujols, what I say. The pitch. High pop fly. Boa backing out under the ball, and he has it. Luis Pujols pops to Boa. 1 out. Here's Don Sutton. He's had 8 hits as a batter, struck out 16 times out of the 42 times he's been up. He's 8-4 for the season. There's a pitch, a little tap down the third base line. That little roll and goes foul. For San Diego, Tim Lawler is pitching at Philadelphia. And for the Phillies, Marty Bystrom. San Diego leading 3-1. There's Lee Ulia, the manager of the Cubs. That Cub road uniform is really good looking. 1 out, nobody on. Smash on the ground. Junior Kennedy over to first, easy out. 2 up, 2 down, and here's the leadoff man, Dickie Fahn. For the Cardinals, Joaquin Andahar, their ace. And for Atlanta, Ricky Naylor. I'll take that back. It looks like it's Naylor was scheduled, but according to this, it's camp. That's going to be easy. Junior Kennedy, 1-2-3 inning. So Fahn rolls out, 1-2-3, nothing across. Vince Lloyd and Lou Boudreau will be coming along here in a moment. We switch over to radio. This is Harry Carey at the end of 3 at the Astrodome with the score 0-0.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night.
Hosted by Richard Benjamin. And his wife, Paula Prentice.
He's good looking, but mean.
With music by the Grateful Dead. Get down, late night.
Why did Windbug makes me into his pleasure slave? Over and over and over and over.
Happy birthday! Don't miss the party on Saturday night.
Being a lumberjack, you'd think the last thing I'd do on my day off is climb a tree. If you knew how much we got for winning, you'd know we don't do it for the money. But after it's over, the one thing we'd better get is a really great view. Nice race.
Come on, guys. It's Miller time.
Miller time. Time for America's quality beer.
You know I let you win, don't you?
The Miller High Life.
If you got the time, Miller's got the beer.
If you run a small business, profits can get squeezed when inventory doesn't match up with production. What you need is a tool for modern times, the IBM personal computer. Not only can it help you plan ahead, it'll balance your books and give you more time to make dough. And the cost? That's the icing on the cake. Your own IBM personal computer. Try it at a store near you.
All right, we're back at the Houston Astrodome. Vince Lloyd here within. Lou Boudreau. And it's still a scoreless ball game as Kennedy drives one down the right field line, and that's going to go into the corner for extra bases. Here he is going into second base. Well, last night he had himself a big hit, a little Texas leaguer against the Atlanta Braves to that right side. But this time he hit that one sharp down the right field side, his second double of the year. Watch it.
This one was not that so-called bloop hit that they had so much in the paper about when the Cubs defeated Atlanta. This was a line drive right down the right field line. And fortunately for Poole, who knows this ballpark, went right into the wall to stop it. It could have gone beyond him and rolled around the right field for an inside-the-park home run. But he stopped it for a double.
Wish it had.
Yeah, me too.
Now Buckner, who singled in the first inning, sending Kennedy, who had walked, to second. But that's as far as they got. As Durham sheared off the bat that went flying into the boxes behind their dugout. The pitch to Buck. Fouled, and that goes skipping into the box seats. They've finally gotten underway in the Cincinnati, Pittsburgh Pirate ball game after a long rain delay. And no score going into the bottom of the first inning. Tom Seaver really struggling, as are his teammates on the Reds. Won only 4 and lost 9, pitching tonight against veteran John Candelaria.
Buckner will try to pull this ball until he gets 2 strikes on him to move Kennedy to third.
The pitch. Fastball away from him. And you could see Sutton turn that fastball over that time.
Well, Sutton, Vince, will try to keep the ball away from him, hoping that Buckner will not be able to pull it.
2 former Dodgers battling one another. And Buckner now 8 for 30 for the year against this club. The high pop-up in the shallow left field is going to be caught by Cruz, and Kennedy will have to hold at second base. Buckner, that time unable to advance the runner.
So Sutton did his job. Buckner did not do his job.
Let me see. I show Buckner now. That's the 13th time he's come to bat with a man either at second or second and third with nobody out and not been able to advance him. 13, and he has done it. I show him 8 times, so he's struggling in that position.
This is right.
Here's Leon Durham. Sheared off the bat. Fortunately, nobody was hurt when they went into the box seats. And wound up a double play as Sutton escaped the jam in the first inning. He only allowed us 3 hits, 2 singles by Wills, 1 by Sandberg at Wrigley Field when he beat us earlier this year. There's a perfect strike on Leon.
As we mentioned a little earlier, Sutton going to his fastball and fast slider much more in this ball game than normal. Usually he's termed a curveball pitcher.
Fastball, and it missed inside.
And he's known to doctor up that ball once in a while, isn't he? Good kid.
Don?
Oh, I didn't want to bring that up. I shouldn't have, should I?
Heavens to Betsy. You wouldn't do that. There's a ground ball out to the shortstop. Sounded like he hit a pumpkin with that one.
Well, you can see why he's going to that fastball more often. He's making the ball stay away from the hitter so they can't pull it. But now he's on his own against Johnstone. He may go back to pitching normal, let's say.
Yeah.
And then Johnstone may break it up with a base hit.
Inning open with Kennedy's double. Now they're 2 gone. Junior still at second base. Johnstone fanned to open up the second inning. 2 very offensive-minded ball clubs unable to score tonight in Atlanta. Cards in the Braves. There's a swing, and he pulls the ground ball to second, and the inning is over. Lead-off double. But Sutton does the job. Either Buckner, Durham, or Johnstone can bring him in. All 3 good left-handed hitters. No runs, 1 hit. 1 man left on at the end of 3 1/2, and Houston, it is still scoreless. We're back at the Houston Astrodome. Vince Lloyd and Lou Boudreau here with you. And I see the New York Mets have taken a 1-0 lead over the San Francisco Giants at Chase Stadium. St. Louis and Atlanta still 0-0. They finished the first inning at Pittsburgh, no score. White Sox scoreless in the second tonight. Look at the Minnesota Twins. They have a 6-0 lead over Milwaukee up at County Stadium in the bottom of the second. Katie hit a 3-run homer.
Valenzuela looks like he's going to gain his victory. His 12th. He's leading 3-0 over Montreal.
There you take a look at the big scoreboard here out in right center field. Shows everything up to the moment. Terry Poole. Buckner robbed him of extra bases in the first inning with a leaping one-handed grab of his vicious line drive. He takes and that's the ball. Now the count is 2-0. Drive. In front of Durham. Nobody could rob him of that one. That's hit number 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2. 2 2 Knight struck out in the first inning. Ripley has shown a lot of tantalizing off-speed stuff to several hitters tonight. He fanned Ray Knight and got him swinging at an off-speed three-quarter delivery down and away in the first inning.
Knight has been probably the Houston's best consistent hitter, so I would not be surprised if Burden puts on a hit and run with him at bat.
Throw to first, and he's back again. Fernando going after number 12 tonight. Montreal has really hit the skids lately. Dropped 12 out of their last 15 ball games, but of course they're still in the race. They're only 4 games out. But the ball in too close, 1-0. Left-hander Jose Cruz due up next. Ripley did a great job against Houston down here when he made his first start of the year on May the 13th. Went 6 innings. There goes the runner. Hit and run, and a high pop foul out of play.
There was
Good
the hit and
fastball
run.
in on him.
Yep. There was a hit and run. When I mentioned the situation is set up for the hit and run, I will not pick the pitch.
Yeah.
Normally.
Yeah.
I let the manager pick the pitch, but then when Ripley got behind 1 ball and no strikes tonight, he put the hit and run on. Now, Burden likes to repeat his thoughts, so let's see if he repeats it here.
Good lead at first base.
Oh, there's a ball.
There's the ball.
Yeah.
That is the second block this year by Alan Ripley, and they've got themselves a man at second base.
Watch Ripley now, and you can see him break his knees.
Yeah.
He broke his knees right there because he felt that the hit and run was on, and that
runner had made a move.
Had made a
move.
move.
He made the throw to first base.
That's all he had to do.
Yeah.
Then he had him caught off because Poole actually set up the hit and run by moving too quickly, but then Ripley had his mind set up to go to the plate.
And he couldn't change it. Sometimes that's why you need a woman out there in the hill.
Well, I'm not going to make any comment on that.
The curveball swung on at a high fly ball to Durham. Should be easy. The runner tagging up at second. He's going to go to third. Here's Leon's strong throw, but cut off. And now Houston with a golden scoring opportunity. A man at third with 1 out.
Now here's the play. Knight doing his job, going to right field, hitting the ball fairly deep, and the runner Poole tagging up. Now here's quite a difference in the top of the inning. The Cubs opened up with a double and couldn't move their man. And here's the break of the ball game with a single, a balk. Then they move their man to third. Now let's see if we can hold them from scoring.
And one of their top RBI guys, in fact their leader, Jose Cruz, stepping in. 42 runs, batted in. And a swing and a foul on a breaking ball. He singled to lead off the second inning. On the hit and run, Garner hit a tough, tricky short hopper to Sandberg at third and made the play on him, but Cruz advanced to second. Then he went to third on another infield out, and now Ely has had the infield come in. The pitch. The curve and a little bit low. In the 6 innings that Ripley pitched against him here, he allowed just 2 hits.
There's the
infield in on that carpet. Boy, what a big advantage it is for the hitter. Swung out of miss. Tantalizing curveball. 1-2. Cruz 4 for 24 against the Cubs for the year, with 3 runs batted in against us. Didn't hit much, but he's made those hits count. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Beautiful pitching that time by Ripley, and great calling move by Jody Davis.
Yes, definitely, Vince. Set him up beautifully. He was looking for the curveball, and there's the fastball, and he wasn't ready for it. By the time he pulled the trigger or to swing, the ball was in Davis's glove.
And a great location on it, up and in on him. Now the infield can drop back with 2 gone. It is still a 0-0 ball game. And Phil Garner, good clutch hitter, takes the strike. His 39 runs batted in. 4 against the Cubs this year. 33 years of age, a real scrapper. The swing and a deep drive way down the left field corner. That is trouble. A home run for Phil Garner on a hanging curveball thrown by Ripley. And Houston breaks the ice at the Dome. They now have a 2-0 lead.
Well, as you have mentioned it, a hanging curveball. And he just chopped the limb off of that tree as he really hacked it. Watch this ball up high, way up high. And he just hacked it. When a ball is curving and is that high, the hitter has time enough to judge where it is. But when it's low, you cannot judge that ball as to where it's going to break in timing of your swing. But when it's up high, you just hack it.
You can see all of it.
And he just Tommy hawked that out of the ballpark.
So Phil Garner's 6th home run of the year, and he now has batted in a half a dozen runs against us this year. Looked like he was going to get out of the inning when he did a masterful job on Cruz. But then hung one. That's only the 2nd home run off of Ripley this year. Tony Scott stepping in, nobody on. There's a curve, it's too high.
A lot of times when a pitcher hangs a curveball, or that last pitch that you witnessed was high, it slips from their fingers.
There's a swing and a ground ball. Kennedy quickly to his right, drops the ball, picks it up, goes! Got him on a good recovery by Junior Kennedy to retire the side, but the damage done. A single to lead off the inning, a balk, and then after 2 men retired, Phil Garner plants one over the left field wall. 2 runs, 2 hits. Nobody left. At the end of 4. Astros lead 2-0.
Play Dominic's Double Chance Millionaire game and win. Scratch and win up to $10,000 instantly. Scratch and win 100, 1,000, or even $1 million on the collector card. Scratch and win $25,000. Vacation trips, free passes, and an extra prize of a Ford EXP by entering the bonus sweepstakes. Scratch and win 3 ways by playing Dominic's Double Chance Millionaire game.
Every snapshot's 1,000 memories, and now those memories come alive with JVC's newest VCR and color camera. It lets you capture those special moments and then play them back again and again. JVC's new component video system with Dolby Stereo. It will make your memories live forever.
Dummy. Yeah, that's Jane, all right.
Oh, I'm Tarzan.
Tarzan just went to the restroom. What a lovely, lovely lady, though, huh? A little baby out here. One of the players' wives, yes, of the Astros.
Yes, it is. Yeah, the pitcher
Frank
LaCourty.
This is, Frank LaCourty. We may see him before the evening is over.
Well, let's hope so. We get to their bullpen. We've seen his wife, but I'd rather see him really on the mound.
That means that Sutton would be in trouble. Gary Woods checks his swing and can't get the bat out of the way. It's a foul ball back out of play. Woods flied out to left field in the 2nd inning. Gary will be followed by Jody Davis, then Larry Boa. We have the Reds at Wrigley Field Friday, a doubleheader Saturday, and a single game Sunday. There's a strike right over the heart of the plate. Johnny McNamara, Johnny Bench, Tom Seaver, and all that gang. At Wrigley Field, Friday a single game. That's Ladies' Day, gals. Doubleheader Saturday, starting at noon. Fastball, and Sutton misses low and outside, 1-2. Then the All-Star break to be followed by visits from the Atlanta Braves and these Houston Astros. We'll have Canberra Day, Sports Bag Day, Ladies' Day, Senior Citizens Day, and some Cub victories, we hope. Lots of them. Louis Pujols going out to talk to Sutton. After Sutton pitched so superbly against his old teammates, the Dodgers, last Friday in Los Angeles and got a victory, 4-1, just missed going the entire distance, he stayed out there. Well, this ball club went to Pittsburgh. He has a home. in the Los Angeles area. Matter of fact, remember early this spring he asked to be traded so they could be near his home? And the Astros says forget it. Here's a swing and a fly ball down the left field line. It is out of play, out of the warning track. But because they knew they weren't going to use him in Pittsburgh, Bill Verdon, the manager of the ball club, kindly let him remain out in California in those days. And not many managers would do that. I know you would, Lou, but...
No, I wouldn't. But nevertheless, unless he says, well, you're going to give me your day's pay, it's all right. Go ahead and take 2 days off. But you're with this ball club.
He'd say, what's that you said?
Yeah, that's right. That's in the old days you could do that, not today.
Tap foul.
But I'm quite sure Verdon is happy to keep his pitcher in a glorious mood and happy to be home with his family to relax.
Got to keep them happy. Can't play well if they're not happy.
Keep them happy.
Just ask Bill Martin. Leo DeRocher.
Yes. Number 2. It's a point now. Are you going to keep them happy, or are you going to be happy? Or are you going to be miserable and them happy?
That's the ball low. 2-2.
While they're losing. When you're winning, Vince, you can do anything.
That's right.
Right. Now here's Sutton, how he pitches up and over, and he gets a great arm motion on that delivery.
That's a good kick off that back leg, too. That's a drive that's fouled on the right field line.
Now, there was a good picture of his curveball. You see how fast it was breaking. That's a fast-breaking curveball. The one that Ripley hung was a high curveball, and it wasn't fast enough to fool any hitter.
Like he tossed a watermelon up there. Fastball, and he fouls that out of play.
Well, Sutton's been around. He's a veteran. He knows how to pitch. He's one of the finest pitchers in the game of baseball. Maybe he's lost a little velocity. Maybe he's lost a little spin on that curveball. But nevertheless, he tries to make up that difference with the smartness of knowing how to pitch to hitters.
Tremendously consistent over the years. There's a high pop-up in the shallow right field, and it'll be hauled in by Terry Poole, who gets there in a hurry. Poole is no fool. That'll bring to bat Jody Davis. Sutton tonight going after career victory 250. And among those 249 wins that he's accumulated so far, 55 have been shutouts. And his career earned run average just a hair over 3. And for this year, starting tonight, it's at 3.16. That's great consistency. Fastball that's too high. He has a delightful sense of humor, too. Likes to put reporters on from time to time. From Clio, Alabama. Strike called. Nick Colosi working the plate. Cubs at Wrigley Field Friday to host the Cincinnati Reds. There's another strike. Again, he came right over the top.
When we talk about rhythm, we talk about a pitcher like Sutton. He gives you a slow motion windup, and then all of a sudden, when he makes his stride, that arm comes through very fast.
Yes, really whips through.
He sort of lulls that hitter to sleep with that slow motion windup, but then when he releases the ball, you better be ready.
Gives you a southern windup and a northern delivery.
With the wind behind his back.
Yeah. Cincinnati tonight trying to stop a losing streak that is now extended to 9 in a row. The longest, I think, in the history of that franchise is 11 games. That's the ball too high. We're talking with their chief scout, Ray Shore, just a little while before we went on the air tonight. And he is extremely upset with the writers covering the Cincinnati Reds, not just in Cincinnati, but from nearby towns such as Dayton. Says they are just all over the organization every day. Bouncing ball to the shortstop, Dickie Thone. Should be easy. 2 balls.
Well, Vince, talking about Ray Shore, he's here for one reason, to scout the Cubs.
Yes. Because
Cincinnati comes to Wrigley Field.
And he points out that they're being sharply criticized for letting George Foster, Ken Griffey get away, and Dave Collins. He said, you know, if they kept them, he said, Foster getting $2 million a year, and he's going to get that for another 3 years. Griffey and Collins right close to $1 million each. He says the club is going to lose money this year anyway with a reduced payroll. He says now add $4 million onto that, and you take a look at what those three guys are doing for their ball clubs. And he says we may be a notch ahead of where we are now, but that's about all. He said we're trying to rebuild over there, but he said the press just won't get off their backs. Well, they have been tremendously consistent as a contending ball club or a champion ball club for over a decade, and I guess they're entitled to be down 1 year. A swing on a curveball by Larry Boa.
Not to a lot of fans throughout the country, but to our fans, they've had to take it for a number of years, and they're still loyal to the Cubs.
There'll be better times ahead for the Reds, and we know there are going to be better times ahead and very shortly for the Cubs. 1-2 pitch. Oh, looks at a fastball that's high, 2-2. Bernard. The Cubs did not have a winning record in April, but then they bounced back in May and they split 28 ball games. And then that horrible month of June. Foul ball off of Boa's body. Out of play. And they just couldn't put the brakes on in that 13-game losing streak. Now, so far in this month of July, started at St. Louis, winning 2 out of 3 against that ball club that's right up on top in that Eastern Division, trailing Philadelphia by a single percentage point tonight. Go to Atlanta, which has the best record in the majors, and split the 2 games and might well have won both of them. High papa, and Boa disgustedly flips the bat away. That's going to retire the side as Garner captures it at second base. And Sutton now has retired the last 6 batters he's faced, and not one of those 6 has been able to hit the ball hard off of him. At the end of 4.5, on the 2-run homer off the bat of Phil Garner, the Astros lead 2-0.
Hi, we're the Gatlins. We sing all across the country. And we've tried fried chicken from coast to coast. But there's one special fried chicken we love the most. And what's that called?
There isn't a recipe.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, they do it right. 11 herbs and spices in every bite. Just one way, we all know. Kentucky Fried Chicken, they do chicken right.
Here's to good friends.
Wow.
Good night.
Now I see why you guys dragged me up here.
Ooh, hey, hit him with the best part.
Bet the Lowenbrow's still cold. You brought Lowenbrow all the way up here? No. You did.
When you want a taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
You're not mad at us, are you, Pete?
No.
Just lucky it was Lowenbrow.
July 15th is going to be Camera Day at Wrigley Field. Team pitchers will go to the first 15,000 of you fans, and then you be sure to bring your camera along with you. Then you'll be able to go out on the field from 11:30 in the morning until 12:30. Use your own camera to take your own pictures of your favorite ball players. And in addition, you're going to get that beautiful, beautiful colored team picture. We'll mark down that date. Now, what they're doing there, that's the Cub trainer, Tony Garofalo. And what he is doing, there was some white substance of some kind that had gotten on that black glove that Alan Ripley uses, and between innings with the umpire looking on, Nick Colosi, Tony Garofalo was blacking out that area on the glove. Colosi now went over to talk to Bill Verdon, explained to him what was going on. You know, I don't want to put the kibosh on Alan here at all, because he has just done a remarkably fine job since becoming a starting pitcher right here against Houston back on the 13th of May and getting a shutout victory. But in the 5 previous starts that he has made, he has picked up 3 wins, suffered no losses. And in the 2 games that he started in which he did not participate in the decision, the Cubs wound up the winner. So he's been a good luck charm ever since going into that starting role, which had let him start more frequently, like every other day. Vince Lloyd and Lou Boudreau with you, and Art Howe, who had a deep drive to center field to retire the side in the 2nd inning and leave Jose Cruz stranded at third, is going to lead off. Art, 35 years of age, in his 7th year. Yeah, we'll have the All-Star break next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and after that, Milo Hamilton is going to be released from the hospital tomorrow. That's good news in itself. Milo then plans to be back at the microphone when the Cubs resume the homestand right after the All-Star break, with the Atlanta Braves coming to town. And the count on Art Howe. Ball 1, strike 1. Houston has played a little bit better ball on the road this year than they have at home. He lets up on that pitch, and he's way out in front and taps a weak foul ball. Picked up by Sandberg. Pittsburgh has taken a 3-0 lead in that rain-delayed game against the Cincinnati Reds in Pittsburgh. Wouldn't that be something? Seaver, if he suffers a loss in that game tonight, would have a record of 4 wins and 10 defeats. And Cincinnati would have suffered its 10th straight loss. Sidearm curve into the dirt. Several of the Cubs came out early this afternoon and took some extra batting practice. Junior Kennedy, Bill Buckner, Jody Davis, Larry Boa, and Keith Moreland. And Moreland's father drove about 250 miles from their home in Texas to be here tonight to watch his son. But he's not going to be able to see him play unless Keith comes in as a pinch hitter or something. Curveball to Art Howe, and he fans. That's the 3rd strikeout by Alan Ripley tonight. But he didn't come right over the top of that curveball, and he sure didn't hang it, did he? As he did to Garner. Now Louis Pujols filling in for Alan Ashby, the regular catcher, who's still out. He had smashed a finger on the throwing hand, and it still bothers him after he swings the bat a few times. But they expect Ashby to be back in action perhaps on Sunday, and if not, certainly right after the All-Star break. Pujols, 26 years of age, popped up to Boa in his only trip to the plate tonight. Ball 1 count to him. They have 3 hits, a pair of singles, and a 2-run homer by Garner. Tried to hold up, and he can't do it. And the count goes to 1-1. Louis Pujols now for the year, 18 hits and 74 at-bats. There's a swing at a high fly ball. Moving to his left is Johnstone, and Jay is there to haul it in. 2 gone. Now Don Sutton, the batter.
One pitch has been the difference in this ball game.
He sure would like to have it back. You know that, Bill Verdon. There's been some pressure on Verdon here, and some criticism from time to time by the media because of the unhappy first half that the Astros are having to endure, and particularly here at home, where mentioned they played better on the road than they have here. There's a swing and a bouncing ball up the middle. Larry Bowa behind second base, and Sutton, not able to run very fast, is thrown out to retire the side. They have won 16 and lost 24 here at the Dome this year. It doesn't make for a lot of friends either for a manager. At the end of 5 on Garner's homer, the Astros still lead 2-0. Oh, isn't this a beautiful crowd? Just lovely. Now back to the ball game.
Boy, if we had a 2-0 lead, you could have
cameramen are pretty sharp-eyed, and then Arnie Harris doesn't miss a trick, does he? Vince Lloyd and Lou Boudreau here with you. We were just talking between innings, Lou and I, about the operation performed on Joe Sambito, the very fine reliever from Brooklyn. That's one of the problems that Bill Verdon and the Astros have had to contend with, the loss of this premier reliever. They thought it was going to be a simple bone chip removal in the elbow. Turned out to be something entirely different. Had to take a tendon out of the leg of Sambito. There's a swing at a bouncing ball after third, and Alan Ripley can go back in the dugout after swinging and grounding out on the first pitch. That'll bring up Ryan Sandberg. We don't know the details of that operation, but they told us just a little while ago. And instead of just a relatively simple bone chip removal, took a tendon out of the leg and transplanted that into the elbow.
Yeah, almost like a Tommy John operation. And we're certainly hoping and wishing Sambito the best. Hope he can come back and pitch as well as Tommy John has done after his operation.
That's right.
I understand, Vince, he was 2.5, 3 hours on surgery.
Well, it's just amazing what all they can do today. High pop-up and a fastball. It goes out to Tony Scott. Good location on that pitch by Sutton.
When you get a good fastball in on the fist and inside on good right-handed hitters such as Sandberg, you can see how it ties them up.
Sure
they
does.
have to drop their elbows in and then swing at the ball, and consequently they get nothing behind the swing. That's why you preach to youngsters and also the veterans, keep your arms and the elbows away from the body.
Keep them extended. Here is Junior Kennedy, who was walked in double. Ball too high. I don't know of any Major League pitching staff that has endured such major losses as the Astros have over the years. Jim Umbright a few years ago, killed by cancer. Don Wilson. There's a swing and a shot over third, but it is foul, says Doug Harvey. Ooh, thought that was going to be a base hit.
This year, they also lost the services of their second ace in the bullpen, Smith.
Yes. Jim Umbright, Don Wilson, died such a young age. James R. Richards is still trying to make a comeback down in the Florida League from the stroke that he suffered. Strike called right over the outside corner, 1-2. San Diego leading at Philadelphia in the bottom of the sixth inning, 3-1. And that's leading the Giants 2-0. That's in the eighth inning at New York. And Atlanta taking the lead over the Cardinals, 2-0 at the end of 6 in Georgia. 1-2 delivery. Swung on and a low liner knee high to the second baseman Garner to retire the side. For the first time tonight, Kennedy is retired. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. That's 9 in a row. Retired now by Sutton. We move to the Houston half of number 6. It'll be the top of the batting order up. They still lead 2-0.
Born from the Chicago sports scene,
as well as what's going on nationally.
We'll let you know the score.
And we'll give you the story behind the score.
What do you get when you put Jack Brickhouse, Harry Carey, Milo Hamilton, Lou Boudreau, and Vince Lloyd together? You get an incisive look into the world of baseball, and you get all this on Sports Scene, Sunday night at 10. Join all of Chicago's top sportscasters as they review the current baseball scene. This Sunday night at 10, catch it.
When you're a big guy like me, people always want to see just how strong you are. So after this arm works, this arm always relaxes with light beer from Miller. The light's got a third less calories than the regular beer, and it tastes great. What I like about it, it's less filling. So when you're in a hot match like this, you can't afford to get filled up.
You have the time?
Yeah. At 8:30.
Yeah, thanks.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer. And less.
Next.
Bottom of the sixth inning at Houston. Vince Lloyd and Lou Boudreau here with you. You know the kid from Libertyville, Mike Marshall, who the Dodgers have finally brought up. Tonight hit his third home run for Los Angeles. It came with a man on. And they're now in the ninth inning at Montreal with the Dodgers behind Fernando, and that home run by Marshall The Dodgers are leading 3-0. On the message board here, they have a message. Let's take a look at it.
There's our
Special
message.
wishes to Milo Hamilton. Cubs broadcaster. There's a line shot in the left field. Johnstone dives. He cannot hold the ball in the glove. The runner getting up and going to second base as the ball rolls in on that billiard ball infield or outfield all the way to the shortstop position. Take a look at it again.
Here's a ball. Yeah, well hit. If Johnstone would have made the catch, it would have been a sensational catch. But he kicked the ball or kneed it right out of his glove.
That will be ruled a double, and Dickie Thome, as he's 8th of the year. Leadoff man out again. It's the third inning in which the Astros' first man up has reached.
We may get somebody warmed up very quickly because 2 runs is enough to give the Astros this late in the ball game. We don't want them to get very
more than I'd like to give them.
No.
There,
we are
Kenny
going to get
Krabek going out. He is scheduled to make a start at Wrigley Field this weekend against Cincinnati. The Reds are in such a position that they're not sure who their starters are going to be in that 4-game set at Wrigley this weekend. Takes the button, takes the ball high. Gary Poole, robbed by Buckner his first time at bat, singled and scored in the 4th inning on a 2-out homer off the bat of Phil Garner. Poole 1 for 2 tonight. Was hitting only 130 against the Cubs this year until this evening. Fastball swung on at a high fly ball in his left center field. Johnstone is out. The runner at second base is tagging. There he goes to third. Here's Jay's throw, way off target. And Sandberg alertly getting over to keep it from going into the Cub dugout. And Ripley was over there also to back it up.
Well, Vince, now watch Jay Johnstone on this play. He did not get set up properly to make the throw to third base. Consequently, he was way off target. Had he backed up and circled that ball, it was high enough to circle and come in and get his angle to third base lined up, it would have been a much closer play, and he might have thrown the runner out. But as it was, Vaughn, taking advantage of that, advances to third easily.
Now, Woods had to make a long run over because he was in right center field for Poole. It would have been better had he been able to get to it. He could have made that catch on the run going towards third base and gotten more on the throw. But he couldn't, he didn't, and they got a man on third with 1 out, the infield coming in, and a ball low inside. Ray Knight has fanned and lined to right field. They lead 2-0.
This is a tough hitter. He makes contact.
Sure does.
He can bunt for a squeeze. He can try to get that ball in the outfield. Ripley has a tough assignment here to retire Knight without the run scoring.
He is hitting .337 against the Cubs for the year, including his 2 at-bats tonight. Couldn't hold up on that pitch, and it's in there for a strike. Ray gets out, think things over. Don French and Son are here from La Crosse, Indiana. They want to wish Dick French in La Crosse a speedy recovery from a recent operation. That goes for all of you.
Yes, definitely.
Get well and come out to Wrigley Field. See if we can't root the Cubs to a lot more victories than they've had in the first half of the season. With the infield in, Ripley facing Knight. Strike called. A beauty. 1-2. Those of you out at Resurrection Hospital, got a patient there, Tony Becco. We want to wish Tony a speedy recovery. He's the chief usher out at Sportsman's Park. Tony Becco at Resurrection Hospital. Look out! A curve into the dirt, a wild pitch, and the third Astro run of the night slides across the plate.
Well, now I can't explain that or describe that kind of a pitch.
Sure.
Just watch this. Look at this. It's got to be at least 10 feet down the first baseline, and you can't tell me that a pitcher can concentrate on throwing the ball to that spot. He's not concentrating on a particular pitch like that with a man on third.
And Jody Davis does a normally good job of blocking pitches into the dirt, but you could see him there trying to slide over to his right as quickly as he could and try to backhand the ball. He just couldn't do it. Joe Ripley has committed a balk tonight, and now a wild pitch. There's a curve low and outside, 3-2. 1 gone, bases empty. Three-two pitch. Hits a shot down the third base line. That's going into the corner for extra bases. Scooped up by Johnstone. Gets away from it. Now here's the runner coming around second, heading to third. The throw by Boa to Seinberg. Out at third base. Oh, did Bo ever get rid of that ball in a hurry?
Well, he just turned and flipped it right to Sandberg, who was over the bag. And here's a short relay, but watch Knight. Now there's the ball, bounces past Johnstone into the corner. Johnstone throws it to the shortstop Boa. That's only about 12 feet from Sandberg. He tossed it to Sandberg, and we might have gotten a call on that, too.
Yeah.
Because it looked as if Knight dove into the bag, and his hand was on the bag, but Duck Harvey said no.
Well, I'll say this for Harvey. He was in a good position to make the call.
Yes, he was.
But the camera indicated that Knight was in there, but there's no beef from Don Leppert, the coach at third, or from Knight himself. So the bases are empty following the double. Let's take another look at it.
Let's take a look at this slide. Here's the ball. Boa throws to Sandberg, who straddles the bag. There's the slide. There's the touch of the
Maybe
tag.
that hand missed the bag. It appears from that angle as though the right hand was going into the bag, but you can't really be sure. It might have just missed it.
Plus the
Harvey
fact
was right there, and there was no big squawk from the Astros. There's a hard ground ball to Buckner at first base. Off the hill is Ripley, takes a throw, and that retires the side.
Let me get back to that tag, too, because Sandberg was at least a foot in front of the bag that could have made the play.
Yeah.
Had he been back over the bag, the hand would have reached the bag first. Now watch, see where Sandberg is. Watch the tag up front on the shoulder. It's on the shoulder, you see.
I think it's a good call.
Well, I know it's a good call. It's for the Cubs.
Doug Harvey, you are to be congratulated. Great umpire. All right. At the end of 6 innings of play, Houston leads 3-0.
True Value hardware stores across the country are celebrating True Test anniversary paint days with value prices on quality True Test paints and stains. Woodsman Solid Color Latex Stain for just $9.98 a gallon provides a solid coat of color without hiding wood texture. And to protect wood as you beautify, choose Woodsman Semi-Transparent Oil Stain and Wood Preservative. Now just $10.98 a gallon during True Test anniversary paint days exclusively at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
Canon presents a new camera.
John, I'm working. Can I have my camera back?
Just one more. It's Canon's new AE1 program.
This new Canon AE1 program's super. Just one more.
No matter how tough the light, the new program mode makes it easy to shoot like a pro.
Here, get to work.
The new AE1 program.
Draw in the ball.
So advanced, it's simple, and more of both.
Canon, the official camera of the Chicago Cubs.
This is our kind of town, Chicagoland, at McDonald's and Jewel.
Millions of prizes are waiting for you.
Worth $4 million. Great food from Jewel. Tickets to Great America. With all new shows, new thrills.
Your favorites from McDonald's, including McRib sandwiches and Coca-Cola. Even cash up to $25,000.
Our kind of town at McDonald's and Jewel.
One great celebration.
Just for you, Chicagoland.
Harry Carey and Lou Boudreau as we go down to the top of the 7th. The Cubs are trailing 3-0. Billy Buckner leading it off. First pitch wide.
I would like to have you describe the pitch that was thrown by Ripley with a man on third with a wild pitch.
The ball stuck to his fingers.
It must have done something.
There's a strike call. Well, he made really only 2 bad pitches in the whole game. One, he hung the curve to Garner, who hit it out. Don't those guys ever hit that hanging curve straight up in the air?
Not against us. Against us, it's home runs, but we get one, we pop it up.
We pop it up, yeah. That's baseball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The delivery. He bunts, but he's going to be an easy out. Sutton was happy to see that. He wanted to push the ball by the mound and bunted it right to Sutton.
Watch Buckner on this surprise. Wanted to lay the ball down, but he bunted it right back to Sutton, and it was an easy play. It didn't even look like he tried to drag the ball. He wanted to push it down the third base line.
One out, here's Durham. Gary, Linda, and Kyle Katzel from Evansville, Indiana, enjoying the game. And enjoy it more if the Cubs would score a few. The pitch. A little bit high. Boy, you're watching Chicago Cubs baseball through WGN, Channel 9, Chicago, where the news will follow the ball game. Strike call.
Harry, he just lulls you with that slow motion wind-up. And then all of a sudden, bang, that arm comes through very quickly.
Do you know that he set a major league record from 66 through 69 for losing the most games to one team in succession? The Cubs.
The Cubs, right.
I wonder whatever happened to that. He must have changed his way of pitching, or else the Cubs players changed.
I think it was 13, wasn't it? 13 in a row?
13 in a row. It's a record for a pitcher losing to one team.
Well, he's doing quite a job on the Cubs tonight thus far.
He only gave him 3 hits last time he faced him. He's only given him 2 tonight. There's one, though, I think. Yep, base hit. Durham grounds a single to center. And that is the 3rd hit. Buckner got one in the 1st. Kennedy doubled to right to start the 4th, and nothing happened. And now with 1 out, Durham singles to center.
4th inning hurt us with the opening of the double, opening up the inning, and not being able to score. Kennedy not even be able to move him along to 3rd.
If Buckner had been able to get him to 3rd, the Durham's ground ball would have scored.
That's right. Defensive setup is differently. Pitching is differently.
Lacoste now in the bullpen. And that's where the Astros have been really weak this year because of the injury to Joe Sanvito, their star left-handed reliever, and Byron Smith, their great right-handed reliever. Dave Smith. Well, Johnstone is quickly in the hole. 2 strikes to nothing. 1 out, 1 on. 3-0 in favor of Houston. Durham a lead. He might steal it. Outside fastball. 2 strikes and a ball.
Base hit right here might put a little something on Sutton's mind.
He hasn't had to worry about much so far.
No, he hasn't.
The pitch. Bounce foul. When did Rosen play with the Indians? Was he on your club?
Yes. Yeah, he played after 48, 49, and this Keltner was there, 48 and 49. Rosen came up in 50.
He's now the general manager of the Astros. Runner at first, 1 out. 3-0 in favor of Houston. Outside, ball 2. Boy, Sutton does a great job of mixing him up.
Yes, he does, and he's hitting very good locations tonight. Hasn't missed much. In fact, he's only walked 1 man.
37-year-old right-hander. His ratio of strikeouts over walks is 3-1 strikeout. Toss over tonight. The pitch. Ball 3 outside. I see Bruce Suter's going to be out about 6 days.
Yes, he has a pulled groin muscle. He has to stay off of it until after the All-Star break.
Activity in the bullpen. Lacoste. Here's the stretch. 3-2. Durham will be going. There, no, he holds. Strong, and there's a drive, but it's fair ball into the corner. Here's Johnstone on his way to second, Durham on his way to third. He's trying to score. The throw to the plate. Safe.
Oh, great speed by Durham. Beat the tag.
Boy, oh boy, and now it's a 3-1 ball game. I thought they were going to stop him at third. They kept him going. And Durham, with utilizing his great speed, streaked across the plate.
Now, he was not moving on this pitch as Harry thought, and I thought he would be. Now he's coming around third. Watch this tremendous slide as Pujols gets the ball right now. And he slides just in front of the sweeping tag. Safe at home. Had he been going on the pitch, he would have scored easily.
Yeah. I'm surprised he wasn't going. Well, so it's a 3-1 ball game now, and here's Gary Woods. Nothing out of 2 tonight. You know, Jay Johnstone didn't run right away. Like he thought it was a foul ball.
Right. He thought it was going to curve foul. Pick up this run now, and we're right back into this ball game. Not that we're not in it now, but when you get a chance to get within one, take that opportunity and take advantage of it.
So Johnstone in scoring position. The pitch. Fastball is high. Gary Woods.
Watch Johnstone hitting this line drive. He looks at it now. Now he stops. Then all of a sudden he says it might stay fair. And let me tell you, it was on the line. Yeah. Very close to that line, Harry.
Yeah, but run. You can always come back if it's foul.
That's right. You might be a little more tired coming back, but you can run.
He had a cut. Gary Woods needs no introduction in this ballpark. He played with Houston. As a matter of fact, he figured in a play that cost them a division title when they left third base too soon on what would have been the winning run, which would have sent them in the World Series. The run was nullified because of his leaving too soon, and the Phillies then won the game in extra inning. He's in the hole. 2 strikes and a ball. Gary Woods. To be critical about Woods on anything because he has done more than you had any right to expect him to do. He was a fringe ball player going into spring training, and he winds up being a regular center fielder. Here's Jody Davis now. So you've got more out of Woods than you could have thought you were going to get. 2 men are out. Jody Davis is nothing out of 2 against Sutton. Fastball low.
Now that I've cooled down, Harry, I agree with you 100%. But I don't care if you're a veteran or a freshman in the major leagues. That third strike, I'm going to swing, right?
He acted like he didn't even think about swinging.
Didn't even pull the trigger on it. That's just saying I don't trust that man in blue behind me. That's what I'm telling you.
Right over the middle of the plate.
That's right.
High. 2 balls, no strikes. Oh, to pick that run up. High pop foul out of play. Jody Davis had that uppercut swing going for the down. Atlanta got that run back. Cardinals batting in the 8th. Atlanta 3, Cardinals 1. White Sox have taken the lead over Detroit 1-0 in the 6th. Kansas City over Toronto, 2-1 in the 7th. Valenzuela pitching for the Dodgers. Outside. And the Dodgers have beaten Montreal 3-1. Valenzuela's 12th victory of the year. Three balls and a strike. Larry Bow on deck. Long drive, right field, going to be caught. Poole is there, and he has it. The Cubs get 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Houston 3, the Cubs 1.
I was known as one of the meanest players in hockey, but I didn't deserve that, right? I'm just a nice guy who comes in and has a few light beers from Miller with the boys. He's Pussycat who drinks light because it's less filling, and it tastes great. Really, I was a nasty player. May a lightning bolt come down and strike this very spot.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer.
Congressman, you know what I like about Murphy?
What is that, Nick?
It's a democracy. People get to vote.
Democracy?
Some people vote for self-serve. They like to pump their own gas and save money.
Save money, I like that.
Some people vote for full serve. They like our domestic policy of cleaning windshields and checking under the hood. The people get to vote. It's a democracy.
That?
Yes, sir.
Democracy, eh?
Well, Murph's still Speaker of the House.
Fill her up with spirit.
Full serve and self-serve.
The spirit of 76.
Dominic's Deli saves you money on a sandwich favorite. Sliced ham, lean and delicious. Dubuque boiled ham is great on rye and only $1.98 a pound through Wednesday at Dominic's.
Harry Carey with Lou Boudreau as we go now to the bottom of the 7th. We have a new pitcher, Mike Crowley. Ripley didn't pitch badly at all, but you got to get some runs. He allowed only 5 hits, 3 runs in the 6 innings he worked. Didn't walk anybody. Struck out 3. Made 1 pitching mistake when he hung a curveball with 2 out and 1 on to Phil Garner in the 4th, and Garner popped it out of here. Here's Garner again, coming up with the bases empty. Crowley's first pitch. Sinker low. Veteran Mike Crowley. There's a ball button. Let's see if Sandberg can get him out. He does. Nice play. Boy, Sandberg's reactions are so quick, Lou.
They're great. Always ready for anything to happen. Watch him come in and charge this ball. Gloves at both hands with the glove and then fires to first base. A great arm. Great release, and it wasn't even close.
There's Tony Scott now. We'll have Boa leading off in the 8th inning. And then the pitcher will have a pinch hitter for Crowley. Fastball outside. Bill Campbell limbering up in the bullpen. High pop fly coming in. Jay Johnstone is there. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Art Howe, nothing out of 2. Tall, rangy right-hand hitter. Minnesota now leads at Milwaukee 6-3 in the 6th. White Sox batting in the 6th lead Detroit 1-0. The Red Sox on home runs by Evans and Rice lead Texas 3-0 in the 6th. Other Kansas City 2, Toronto 1 in the 7th. Baltimore at Seattle, New York at Oakland later. In the National League, Valenzuela won his 12th, beating Montreal 3-1. Ground ball to Boa. Hayes got it. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. Let's get some runs. At the end of 7. It's Houston 3, the good guys 1.
When it's 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, shop.
Now, when you say they got real big drinks in here?
Davey, you haven't seen big until you've seen AMPM's 32-ouncer.
For a real big drink, go to AMPM and get a 32-ouncer.
You filled yet?
Oh.
32 ounces of Pepsi or any other available soft drink for just 39 cents.
Now?
Not yet.
AMPM's 32-ouncer. So big, it's a good thing AMPM's open 24 hours a day.
Billy, wake me up when it's filled.
Nice car.
There's a new Toyota that's been getting a lot of notice lately.
Nice car.
The new Toyota Celica.
Nice car.
A Celica that carries on the sporty Celica line in space-age fashion with wind tunnel sculptured lines and 5-speed overdrive, a 2.4-liter propulsion system. All the stuff that makes Celica the right stuff.
Nice car.
Celica.
Yankee Willie Randolph, he does it all. Pro photographer Fred Conrad, he catches it all with his Canon AE1 program. More advanced to capture Willie's sheer grace at second base. More camera to follow Willie all the way home.
Hey, can I try your Canon?
Sure, it's simple. In sun or shade, it's a snap to use.
Hiya, Willie.
The Canon AE1 program. So advanced, it's simple, and more of both. Canon, the official camera of the Chicago Cubs.
Harry Carey back at the Astrodome. We go now into the top of the 8th. Larry Boa will lead it off. Boa's nothing out of 2 tonight.
Well, we need some runs, some hits and runs right here.
Sutton rubbing that baseball up. They think he scuffs them up, but nobody's ever able to catch him. And he goes his merry way along. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, easy out on the first pitch. Cruz. Boa pops out to Cruz. 1 out. Bump Wills is going to be the pinch hitter. Wills will bat for Proley. Wills hitting .256. 5 homers, 24 runs batted in. Time running out on the Cubs, who've done no hitting at all today. 4 hits, good for 1 run. That's been average for the year against Sutton by the Cubs. He beat them 4-1 on 3 hits earlier this year. Right here in Houston. Swings at a fastball. On Bain's homer, the White Sox lead Detroit 1-0 in the 7th in Chicago. Curve, strike 2. Bump Will, who leads the team in strikeouts with 51. Make it 52. It took 3 pitches to strike them out.
No contest there, was there?
With 2 away is Ryan Sandberg, and there are not too many outs left for the Cubs now. They're down to their last 4 outs, and they trail by 2 runs. And still got to hold them in the bottom of the 8th at that. Here's the pitch. Sandberg takes it high. Minnesota batting in the 6th, leading 7-3 at Milwaukee. Fastball high and inside. Junior Kennedy will be next. 2 balls, no strikes. Sutton hasn't walked but 1. Strike call. 2 balls and a strike. Right-hander continues to work in the bullpen for Houston. 2 right-handers. Lazy fly ball, easy inning. 1-2-3, center fielder under the ball, and he has it. Nothing across. The Cubs will have Kennedy, Buckner, and Durham. And if anybody gets on Johnstone in the 9th, we go to the bottom of the 8th. Houston 3, the Cubs 1.
Right this way, folks. Fast, come together there. Fast is fine. Yes, no stragglers now, folks. Are you ever in luck? Both of our famous peace officers are on duty. Now, this big fella here is Sheriff Andy Taylor. He's better known as Deadeye and that little wiry fella there wearing that big that is Deputy Barney Fife.
Join Master Crime Fighters Don Knotts and Andy Griffith weeknights at 6 on Channel 9.
Going out with friends is always special, especially when you're going to Red Lobster, because you can have lobster tail. A fried shrimp fan can dip away. Anyone for hot steaming crab legs? And, well, what are friends for? Come on, make a night out with your favorites something special, just for you, and you, and you.
'Cause we're seafood lovers too. Red Lobster for the seafood lover in you.
July the 15th is Camera Day, fans. Team pictures will go to the first 15,000 fans by Canon. Also, fans with cameras will be permitted on the field from 11:30 in the morning to 12:30. That's July the 15th, Camera Day. $17,105 paid here. Louis Pujols will lead it off. Bill Campbell, the new pitcher. Crowley set him down in order, the one inning he pitched. $17,105 paid. The catcher, Louis Pujols, who's nothing out of two. I always forget to pronounce the J's like H.
That's why I call him Good Kid.
Should be Pujols.
That's it.
1 strike to nothing. High pop fly on the infield. Kennedy back, calling for it. Hayes got it. Pujols pops to Kennedy. 1 out. Here's Don Sutton. He should get a big hand. Sutton, a tough competitor. He's not happy about being with a team that's not in the race. Campbell's pitch bounce up the middle. Kennedy, a nice play. Throws to first for the out. 2 up, 2 down. Could be all up to the Cubs in the 9th. They're only 2 back, and they have the good hitters coming up. Two men are out. We're in the 8th.
1 pitch in this ball game turned it around, didn't it?
1 mistake by Ripley, and yet he pitched a tremendous ball
Yes,
game.
you can't fault our pitching. Allowing Houston 3 runs on 5 hits. We're up against a tough pitcher tonight, Sutton, but that's when mistakes really are exaggerated and hurt.
Here's a curve low. Two men around, nobody on. Aye. Dickie Thon is 1 out of 3. Playing shortstop for Houston. 2 men out, nobody on base, bottom of the 8th. You know, Lou, I don't want you to misunderstand.
I wouldn't misunderstand.
I know
you.
that you have an artistic, ethereal love of baseball, as I do. Ball 4, Thon gets a base on ball. But when pitching is emphasized, it sure is a dull ball game.
True. Absolutely. The spectators like to see hits and runs and movements. But pitching is so predominant in baseball. And it means that when you're in a closer ball game, those that perform and those that broadcast are keyed up more so than the fans.
A lot of times, though, when you have two good ball clubs against each other, both with great pitchers going, and the score maybe is 0-0 or 1-0 or 2-1 or something. What happens, though, even against good hitters, the ball is in play a lot. And the defense has a chance to make plays. But this has been a real Dullsville ball game. Since Garner hit the home run, you almost figured you could go home.
That's because we're not hitting. The Cubs are not hitting. And you've got to give credit to Sutton. But in a close ball game, mistakes become a rarity. And this is where I think baseball, the real loyal baseball fans, are interested in a 1 or 2 run ball game because they realize what's going on in the minds of each individual that is participating out there. And you know those ball players are keyed up in a 1 or 2 run ball game.
Terry Poole, the batter, he's 1 out of 3. He got the hit, advanced on a balk, and then with 2 outs scored when Garner hit the homer off Ripley in the 4th. Quick throw, runner back.
If we were promised that every game we played, our opposition would only score 3 runs, we'd like that, wouldn't we? Well, we should like it. We should score more than 3 runs.
The pitch. There's a smash, base hit to right field. Here's a runner on second. Racing to third. The throw, not in time. And Poole gets his second hit. A single to right.
This ball was hit hard. Fastball that Poole just hits past the diving Kennedy at second base. Durham charges the ball, makes the play at third, but Thon just slides in under the tag.
Now they have a tough hitter up there. Campbell got the first 2 men out, but now a walk and a single brings up Ray Knight. He doubled the left in the 6th. He's their best hitter. Fastball high. Tom Filer will pitch for the Cubs tomorrow night. And remember, it's an early start. We'll be with you at 5 p.m. Chicago time on Channel 9. The news will follow immediately tonight. There's a strike. A ball and a strike. 2 men out, 2 men on. We're in the 8th. There goes a runner. Strike called. No play at second base. He faked, expecting Thon to break to the plate, which he didn't. Jody realized that it was a tough pitch. It was a slow curve.
Jody faked the throw to second, but it didn't do anything to the base runner at third. Sandberg was playing deep.
2 strikes and a ball. Be careful now. Runners at second and third. The pitch to the right-hand hitter. Fastball outside. Our AD here in the booth, Joni Cobb. Probably a distant cousin of Tyrus Raymond Cobb. 2-2 pitch. Whoa, good save by Jody Davis of what might have been a wild pitch had he not made that great save. Big pitch now, boy, with Jose Cruz waiting on deck. He's a dangerous RBI man, too. Ray Knight digging in. The pitch. Bouncing foul. White Sox lead Detroit 2-0 in the 8th. Three and 2 on Knight. Hitting .320. He's 1 out of 3 with a double today. 3-2 pitch. The bases are loaded. 2 walks and a single. I tell you, poor Bill Campbell just can never have an easy outing. For a relief pitcher, a late inning man, his earned run average is 4.88. This is 38th game. They've scored 31 runs. Bases loaded, 2 out. Outside with a screwball.
He's the man you expect to keep the opposition close, keep us in the ball game. And as you mentioned with those stats, he just hasn't done it thus far.
1 ball, no strikes. Swung and he missed. He took something off on his screw jig. Jose Cruz is going for the whole bundle. He's 1 out of 3 tonight. Astros leading 3-1. Cruz hitting .269. Line drive, left field, base hit, 1 run in, another man trying to score. Throw to the plate, safe.
Well, that's Cruz. He went with a pitch. He's a tough hitter. That puts the ball game on ice, I would say, for Sutton. Scoring that. Johnson's throw was way up high. And by the time Jody Davis could catch the ball and then come down with it, the runner, Poole, had crossed the base for the 2nd run of the inning.
That off Campbell in 52 innings. 62 hits. 33 runs. They want to look at the baseball.
Well, if he was going to do something with the baseball, he'd have done it on the other pitch to Cruz. It's a little late now.
I think if I were him, I would start throwing a little,
That's right. You're
cupping
right.
the ball up or getting a little saliva on it because he's not getting them out with what he's throwing. San Francisco beat the Mets 3-2. There's a long drive by Garner, but it's going to be caught. Gary Woods has it. 2 runs, all after 2 are out, a base on balls to little Dickie Fowl. Started it all. Then after Poole got a single, he walked Nate. Filling the bases and Cruz unfilled them. 2 runs, 2 hits. No errors, 2 left. At the end of 8, it's Houston 5 and the Cubs 1.
Welcome to United Airlines. Your package.
We're all packages.
Important overnight packages.
And we're flying United Air Express. Yeah!
Well, you didn't have to take a cab. But our motorcycle was broken. Well, United has a whole fleet of trucks waiting to pick you up, take you to a plane, and deliver you door to door.
Door to door, overnight. Packages prefer United Air Express.
And the new phone number has a nice ring to it.
Free Bahama vacations with every new Mustang, Fairmont, and Granada in stock at Al Pamati's Auto Discount Outlet.
How would you like to buy a brand new Ford and get a vacation in the Bahamas absolutely free? Listen, because of my volume discount plan with the automakers, you can buy a new Mustang, Fairmont, or Granada, and I'll give you a vacation for 2 to the sunny Bahamas at no extra cost. That's right, an 8-day Bahama vacation including airfare and accommodations with your new Ford. While they last at Al Pamati's Auto Discount Outlet.
True Value hardware stores across the country are celebrating True Test Anniversary Paint Days with value prices on quality True Test paint. For a velvet flat finish, get Satin Hue just $10.98 a gallon.
Use Easy Care for a scrubbable low sheen finish, just $13.98 a gallon. And economical Select Interior Flat Wall Finish is only $8.98 a gallon. During True Test Anniversary Paint Days, exclusively at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
Harry Carey and Lou Boudreau, we go into the ninth. The Cubs now are trailing 5-1. Junior Kennedy is 1 out of 2. Takes a fastball. Jim Rosinski from Downers Grove. Watching the ball game. They're here from Taylorville, Illinois. Harry and Monica Yamamoto are watching the game. Must be friends of Yosh Kawana. That evens the count 2-2. Sutton going for his 250th victory of his career. So Ripley, Alan Ripley will suffer his first loss unless the Cubs can rally. In other games, Pittsburgh still leads Cincinnati 3-0 in the 7th. Candelaria. Valenzuela won his 12th, beating Montreal 3-1. San Diego holding on to a lead at Philadelphia 4-3 in the 9th. High pop foul out of play. And the Mets were beaten by San Francisco 3-2. Atlanta leads St. Louis 3-2. St. Louis batting in the top of the 9th. At Atlanta. White Sox out in front of Detroit 2-0. Lamps pitching that. Minnesota leads at Milwaukee 7-3 in the 7th. Boston blanking Texas 7-0 in the 7th. Kansas City out in front of Toronto 3-1 in the bottom of the 8th at Kansas City. Baltimore at Seattle, New York at Oakland just getting underway. Two balls, 2 strikes. Fly ball center field. Tony Scott drifting back. 1 out.
All Sutton is doing now is just using that overhand good fastball, making the Cubs hit the ball, hoping that they'll hit it deep to one of his outfielders.
You know, as great a pitcher as he is, and he's going for his 250th victory, he's lost 188, so he's close to the 600 mark as a pitcher during 17 years. He still has a losing record against the Cubs over his career. This would be his 17th win if he gets it. The Cubs have beaten him 19 times. There's Buckner, 1 out of 3, 1 out. Inside. Last time that Sutton faced the Cubs here on May the 15th, he beat them 4-1 on 3 hits. Tonight, he leads them 5-1 on 4 hits. Ball 3. He's only walked 1. And he struck out 3. Walked him. With 1 out, Buckner gets a base on ball. And here's Leon Durham. Kenny must have found a good book. I haven't heard a peep out of him for the last 3 innings. Our boy's going to the track tomorrow, and he's pouring over that racing form.
We got to get some action for him right here at the bottom of the ninth. Or top of the ninth, I should say.
Look at that Atlanta, Lou.
They beat St. Louis.
3-2. Boy, they hang in. That's remarkable. Strike call. That goes to show you how quickly it can happen. Filer against Vern Rule tomorrow. We'll be with you at 5 o'clock. That's 5 p.m. on Channel 9. Durham takes the strike. Jay Johnstone on deck. Ground ball to the shortstop, out at second. Safe at first. Durham, a tough man to double up. Is that true? Because that was a perfect double play ball.
Yeah, anybody else would have been a double play because watch this shortstop get rid of this ball very quickly. Doesn't take a step, uses his hips. Throws that ball to second baseman, and Garner getting rid of it quickly. But only the speed of Durham beats the play and keeps the inning alive.
So with 2 outers, Jay Johnstone, he's 1 out of 3. Johnstone was a teammate of Sutton's with the Dodgers. He's in the hole, strike 2. A little outside. San Diego leads the Phillies 5-3, bottom of the ninth at Philadelphia. Giants beat the Mets 3-2. Atlanta over St. Louis 3-2. The Valenzuela and the Dodgers beat Montreal 3-1. Struck him out. The game is over. Johnstone called out on strikes, and Don Sutton does it again. The 250th victory of his career. Only 50 away from the coveted 300. We'll be back with the totals in a moment.
I've had to write some tough things about some tough guys. But there's one guy I can't write anything bad about. His unique brand of baseball has made him a living legend. So have his commercials. They got me to try his favorite beer, light beer from Miller. Light's less filling, and it really tastes great. So I bought this light for that renowned, yet humble man, Art Frunger.
Cheer up, Billy. One day you'll be famous just like me.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Just ask her. Maybe she'd really like to go out with you. Go on.
You're right, Jill. I'll just say it.
Say what, Nick?
Could I
Yes?
tune your car?
Oh, do you think I need it?
Well, it is running rough. First thing I learned at Certified Service School.
Is tonight okay?
Great.
Tonight? We're going to spend a big evening. I can make reservations.
Tune up, babe.
Get Certified Service. Tune up, babe.
It's a start.
At Union 76.
Royal Canadian Rentals has arrived with a fantastic TV rental offer. You can rent this brand new solid-state color TV set with no down payment, no security deposit, no credit hassle. You never pay for repairs, and you can apply all your rental toward purchase. Have a new television set, videotape recorder, or stereo system in your home by calling Royal Canadian Rentals today. 24-hour phone service, 451-9292. Operators are waiting. Special offer, first week's rental just $10.
1 and 2 and... I've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles. The fever for the flavor of a Pringles? It's the deep fried taste. It's the crispy, crunch. And the Pringles, please, I need a bunch. We've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringle. It's the deep fried taste. It's the quick speed crunch. We've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringle.
No preservatives, regular light rippled.
You'll get the fever for the flavor of a Pringle.
Coming up on the news, reasons why it's taking so long to name a new archbishop for Chicago. Helen Dolan Wilson will file a libel suit against the Sun-Times. Plus a look at the depressed situation in the steel industry and how sagging production is affecting steel mill suppliers.
Time is running out for an agreement to get the PLO out of Lebanon, and the Justice Department begins its investigation into the Capitol Hill sex scandal.
These and other stories coming up, so stay with us.
Harry Carey and Lou Boudreau were back at the Astrodome, where the Astros have just beaten the Cubs 5-1. You know, this is one of those games, Lou, there's nothing you can moan and groan about. The other guy just beat you. You only made 4 hits, made only 1 run. You had very little opportunity. A great pitcher was on the mound against you. Al Ripley just pitched an outstanding game himself, made 1 mistake, and against a guy like Sutton, that's all it takes.
That's right. Sutton didn't make any mistakes tonight. We made our 1 mistake. I don't know, Harry, but going back over the ball game, had we been able to score Kennedy when he opened up the inning with a double and had a 1-0 lead on the Houston Astros, there might be a different plan of pitching coming up. We don't know. But when you lose opportunities like that against a good pitcher who won't give you many chances, that means that you're in a tough ball game, and we were in a tough ball game.
You know, I don't know how much longer, Lou, they can keep going to Campbell, to the late inning man. Now, you know, here we are almost at the 4th of July, and his record in late innings is not good. Why wouldn't you switch him around a little bit? Give him a chance to build his confidence again, an early relief or middle relief, to take the pressure off of him.
I've got to agree with you 100%. I would say that he has to earn that position back, because Lee has given him all the opportunity in the world to keep the opposition close to us. He's failed at many attempts, which you have mentioned. So I would say now I've got to change my plan insofar as my rotation of pitchers. He's going to be my middleman, or he's going to be put into a ball game that's out of reach for us, and let him work his way back into that role.
All right, Lou, here are the totals in a hurry now. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Houston Astros. Sutton wins his 9th. He's lost 4. This is the 250th victory of his career as he looks towards that 300 which he covets. And now his record against the Cubs, he's won 17 and lost 19 during his career. And remember that he holds a record of losing the most consecutive games to any one team in Major League history, when he lost 13 straight to the Cubs in the 3 years between 66 and 69.
You know, my friend, if we win tomorrow night, I still think it'll be a good road trip.
1 run, 4 hits, and no errors for the Cubs. Alan Ripley, the loser, his first loss of the year, now 3-1. Speaking now for Lou Boudreau, Vince Lloyd, and Milo Hamilton, this is Harry Carey wishing you all a very pleasant good evening from the Astrodome. We're better than 17,000 paid as the Astros beat the Cubs 5-1. Our next televised game will be between the Cubs and the Astros tomorrow night at the unique starting time of 5 p.m. here on Channel 9. Participating advertisers in tonight's game were light beer from Miller, everything you always wanted in a beer and less. True Value hardware stores. True Value, more than just a name, it's their way of doing business. Union 76 and your neighborhood Union 76 dealers who invite you to go with the spirit of 76. Canon, so advanced, Canon is the world's leader in 35mm photography. Toyota Motor Sales and your Toyota dealers. Zenith and your Zenith dealers. At Zenith, the quality goes on before the name goes on. United Airlines, people who fly for a living choose United. The Association of Chicagoland McDonald's Restaurants. You deserve a break today. Our executive director, producer, Arnie Harris. Stay tuned now for the news. This has been a WGN Television 9 sports presentation.